Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Gbagedemo TV. I am Senator Lakomi Ajikade. First, here the major headlines for the national news. APC governors to meet Buhari over Naira scarcity. Claims that anti-Tinubu elements in Aso Rock. Ilana Omodua. Akintoye's deputy renounces membership. Call ties with him. CBN pegs daily withdrawal across counter at 20,000 naira. This is mischievous. INEC makes U-turn, denies admitting to overvoting in Osun Guba election. Governorship candidate escapes assassination in Ebonyi State. Government killed Imo judge in court. And lastly, on sports. 2023 AFCON qualifiers. CAF approves Abuja Uyo Stadium for Super Eagles. Now hear the news in details. The governors on the platform of the ruling All Progressive Congress are set to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari today on Friday at the Presidential Villa Abuja over the scarcity of the newly redesigned Naira note. According to a source in the APC Governors Forum, the governors will also discuss claims made by the Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, that there were elements in the Aso Rock Villa who are hell-bent in truncating the presidential ambition of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the party flag bearer in forthcoming elections. El-Rufai had in an interview on Channel Television Wednesday accused those he refers to as elements within the presidential villa of working to frustrate Tinubu. El-Rufai said there were saboteurs in presidency whose candidates lost at the party's presidential primary and were still bitter and working against Tinubu's success in the presidential election. The former deputy Alano and former chairman Ilana Omodua, Wale Adeniro, has renounced his membership of the group and severed all ties with the Yoruba leader, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Adeniro, in a statement in the early hours of Friday, stated that with the effect from Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, I called to be a member and an officer of Lano Omodua. He continued that his decision to assist the organization is irrevocable and reversible. However, I remain firmly committed to the Yoruba nation struggle for self-determination. I sever all connections and relations with Professor Stephen Adebanji Akintoye, the Alano and chairman of Ilano Omodua. He explained that sometime in late December 2022, Professor Banji Akintoye's personal assistant put out a 35-minute video in which he accused him of all imaginable crimes under the sun, the most serious being an allegation of financial impropriety, adding that others will also make similar allegations against him, including some members of Ilano Omodua and one Mr. Maigun. According to him, I reacted by calling on relevant and interested Yoruba self-determination stakeholders to institute an investigation probe panel to determine the facts of the weighty allegations against him. The Central Bank of Nigeria yesterday directed banks to commence immediate over-the-counter cash payment to their customers, but it pegged the daily amount of 20,000 naira. It's also to reduce queues at the automated teller machines terminal across the country. Also yesterday, the federal government implored Nigerians to see the current scarcity of naira as a temporary sacrifice for a saner national economy. Just as the directive and admonition emerged from Abuja, Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai revealed that All Progressive Congress governors will meet today with President Muhammadu Buhari to discuss the Naira redesign policy. He said that the governors will plead to an extension of the deadline for the swap of old Naira notes to new ones beyond February 10. El-Rufai, who was also featured on Arise TV, said the All Progressive governors will present to the President information on the hardship being faced by Nigeria in their statement as a result of the redesigned policy. This comes after his resident electoral commission for Osun, Dr. Mutiu Agboke, in a viral video admitted to overvoting during the election leading to the sacking of Governor Ademola Adeleke by the state election tribunal. Agboke, during his visit to Oba Abdulrasheed Akombi in Iwo on Tuesday, explained the workings of the BVAS machines. It was, however, reported by some media outfits as saying the BVAS machines were used or manipulated by some INEC staff and politicians to commit overvoting during the governorship election in Osun State. Reacting to the video, the head of the Department Voter Education, Publicity and Inclusivity in the INEC office in Osun State, Mr. Adewale Francis, stated that the overvoting statement credited to Agboke was incorrect and mischievous. The report is incorrect and mischievous. We implore that the media always verify their source of information before publication, he stated. The All Progressive Grand Alliance, Ebonyi State Capital Chapter Governorship candidate for the 2023 elections, Professor Bernard Ifeanyi Odo, and his team were ambushed on Thursday night by gunmen near Rest House, Okpoto Ishewu local government area of Ebonyi State. A statement signed by the Charles Otu, the Director of Media and Publicity of the Odozia Ebonyi Campaign Council, made available to Politics Nigeria, blamed to attack on Ebonyi operatives. He said an unmarked silver-colored Sienna conveyed over 8 fully armed gunmen parked at the left flank of the road. He then opened fire on Odo's convoy as soon as they sighted the leading pilot vehicle of the team. The statement read that the pilot's vehicle was shot and no less than 8 times before the condoned of the governorship candidate vehicle and riddled his parked low jeep and with bullets. As we write, no less than 5 persons are feared missing, while 2 sustained serious gunshot injuries. Efforts won by the security team to rescue the missing persons, while those already rescued have been rushed to the hospital for more treatment. The government on Thursday murdered Imaika Ugboma, the chairman of Ejek Group Customary Cult in the Okuta local government area of Imo State. He was killed by gunmen who operated in motorcycles. While residing in a coal section, our correspondent were told by the close sources. The incident brought the coal sighting to an abstract end as lawyers, coal staff, and litigants fled. The killing of the jurist who our correspondent gathered on for Ingbe community in Okuta, local government caused panic in Ejemungu community, and natives and residents alike fled their homes. One of the sources said the jurist was a law graduate of 1991 said he was killed in his court while sitting. His killers came with motorcycles. They came into the court, dragged him out, and shot him dead and drove off. The skulls were there as people in court fled. The whole thing is confusing because nobody knew any reason why they killed him. He was from Ingwegu community in Okuta local government area. When contacted, the chairman of the Owerri branch of the Nigerian Bar Association, Ugoshuku Alino, who confirmed the killing, said that the branch would communicate the public on his actions in regard to the incident. And lastly, on sports, the Confederation of the African Football has approved the Moshood Abiola Stadium, Abuja, and Godwill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, as home venues for Super Eagles 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. Action will resume in the qualifiers next month, with the Super Eagles set to take on fellow West African Guinea, Bissau, and a double header. Joseph Isero side top Group B with 6 points after winning their opening 2 games against Sierra Leone and Sao Tome and Principe. 24 countries will have to play their own games at a neutral venue after their own grounds were not approved by CAF. North African giants, Egypt 6 and Algeria 5 has the highest number of approved stadia. The 2023 AFCON will be staged in Cote d'Ivoire. And that concludes the national news for this hour. But before we go, here's some of the major headlines once again. APC governors to meet Buhari over Naira scarcity. Claims of anti-Tinubu element in Aso Rock. Ilana Omodua, Akintoye's deputy renounced his membership call ties with him. CBN pegs daily withdrawal across counter at 20,000 naira. INEC makes U-turn, denies admitting to overvoting in Osun Guba election. Governorship candidates escape assassination in Ebonyi State. To join us on all our social media handles on Facebook at Bagedemo with Alawiye Adebayo, please follow the page and share the page. And on Instagram at Bagedemo_22. Please follow the page and share the page as well. And on YouTube as Baba Bagedemo TV. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn your post notification bell. For your advert, please call the number displayed on the screen. Thanks so much for always watching our news on BGI TV. I am Sanut Olakomi Adikeade. Bye for now.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.